KASAI Pro 4 coming up very soon, November 10th in New York. And I think it's important to note that they're starting to release the names for this show right now. Obviously, a show that we're very excited about because the last couple have been stellar events.
Much fun.
Yeah, so much fun. But man, they've already been putting out some really cool names. First off, the super fight, Edwin Najmi versus Renato Canuto. We can expect to see that go down at KASAI, bro.
That's crazy.
I'm so excited for this match. Renato Canuto is definitely top 2 most exciting jiu-jitsu athletes on the planet. The dude is unpredictable. He's like a cat. He's jumping over the place. But I think maybe the more elusive athlete would be Edwin Najmi in this case, where he's always so relaxed, so chill, and then he just finishes fights out of nowhere.
Yeah, he does. Edwin was there for the Grand Slam and King of Mats because he was supporting his teammate Gabriel Arges, right, who fought in King of Mats. And he came away from that tournament and he wasn't complimentary about some people's performances. He felt that some guys were just trying to, pick up wins without really going out there to fight. And his exact words were, there are 2 types of fighters in jiu-jitsu.
This is Edwin Najmi.
This is Edwin. There are 2 types of fighters in jiu-jitsu. One who tries to beat the opponent, and one who tries to beat the system. Now, I gotta say, Renato and Edwin, definitely both people who try to beat their opponents, right?
100%.
Yeah, I mean, I think those 2 guys, they've had similar trajectories, right? And they have similar styles. I think a lot of people talk about them as having similar games. Of course, both guys are known for flying submission. Renato for the flying armbar, and Edwin for the flying triangle. So both guys are always trying to finish the fight, whether they're standing or whether they're on the ground. So I don't really see them too often trying to play the points game, try to play the advantage game. Both guys have success in the IBJJF tournament scene. So, but like I said, most of the time they're trying to submit their guys, and so they definitely don't try to beat the system usually.
If there's just an early analysis of this, I think if there's any one area that that one has an edge over the other, I think Renato has the edge in the stand-up, right? Because we've seen him shoot takedowns, we've seen him some big, huge throws, but they're both really good at flying attacks as well, right? But we never really see Edwin.
Edwin's so good though at the darts off a shot.
Yeah,
he's so good.
Guys wrestle him and he taps him with the darts.
He hopes they shoot sometimes,
Yeah.
I am curious how the no-gi element. I feel like Edwin's more of a gi player, and Renato has shown to be an excellent no-gi athlete as well as a gi athlete. So
no-gi world champion.
But Edwin has a win, a submission win, no less, over 2015 ADCC champion Davi Ramos.
That's right, he does.
Took his back and choked him.
That's why this match is so fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I think Edwin's comment about being like fighting the system or fighting the opponent is almost the same thing as like what Buchecha is saying with Nutella, right? And almost same thing as Hamilo's with this whole Pahada thing. Just go out there and fight. It's really interesting because we're seeing the athletes now who are tired of these kind of points players or guys who are, really trying to win based on strategy as opposed to like gaming the system as opposed to actually going out in there and fight. Whereas it was formerly more so like the spectators, like, oh, we don't want to see this, right? But now it's like it's in the group of athletes. They're tired of this, people who are going out there and trying to just win gold medals without actually really going hard and facing each other. So
it's kind of cool though, that change is coming from within, right?
Oh, totally, yeah. I think Edwin's a perfect guy because he's, explosive and dynamic. But when I was thinking about it, it's kind of interesting because anytime you have rules, you're going to have people who try to exploit the rules. You're going to have people who try.
Right?
I was thinking about it yesterday, like baseball. Like you are allowed to walk a batter. You're allowed to throw 4 straight balls, intentionally walk someone so you don't have to pitch to him if he's a really good hitter or to, whatever you want to do, whatever the situation is. Same thing with the guy in the end zone, catches a football in the end zone. He can take a knee. He doesn't have to run it out, although we'd love to see him run it out and get decked, right? But it's kind of the same thing as going on in jiu-jitsu where these guys are like, they're gaming the system to win, and if there's money on the line, you got to think like you got to be smart too. You got to go out and fight your opponent, but you also have to play the rules.
I'm with you on this. I was thinking about the same idea, but at the same time, I think there is diminishing returns. You might win a match in horrible fashion where it's really boring. You're not going to get booked again. So guys are incentivized, I think, to be entertaining and win. But, there are some athletes out there that lose quite a bit but they keep getting booked again and again because they're exciting, and that's, I think.
Can you think of anybody?
I'm not gonna name any
Anybody
names
spring
here.
to mind?
I won't name any names, but I
What
think
about this? What if you go out there? You say you have a couple of easy fights in your first couple of rounds, right? You go out there and you go hard. You go after the opponent, but then in the final, you play the rules for the money. You know, it's like it's just this thing that's gonna always happen. As long as there's rules, as long as there's set defined rules, you're gonna have people who try to work them.
That's human nature, right? Human nature. So this is why we love to see those guys who come to fight. It's the big thing. And KASAI Pro, check on FloGrappling. We've got a bunch of news about people signing up or people being announced for that event. John Calstein is in. Bruno Frazzato is in. We mentioned Gianni and Paolo Miao. More big names to come. Keep an eye out for that next week.